want to thank Manoj for coming to visit Can Education
Yes,
Consortium.
this is a reciprocal visit. You have visited my office in Pune.
That's right.
Now I'm visiting
last
your
Christmas,
office.
yes, exactly. So it's
Now,
very, very
my
welcome.
basic purpose to visit you is not many of my clients are getting visas,
Mhm.
permanent residence visas,
Right.
and they'll be landing in, already started landing also, they'll be landing in Canada. I want to make sure they'll be getting best of the post-landing services.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, looking at now, you are already a migrant, so many years you are
Many
sitting-
years, 30 years now, yes.
So you understand, and you are dealing with students also.
Students and new immigrants as well.
Right.
Mhm.
So basically, from the perspective of the new migrants, the basic worry is this:
Mhm.
how I'll be getting the job.
That's right. And biggest concern,
Biggest-
the major concern, really.
And
yes.
here there are two aspects. I mean, before landing also we can do something for them.
Mhm.
After
That's right.
landing also we can do something else.
Before landing is always the smart move.
Exactly.
And then so when you're landing, we're much better prepared, and then we can go forward over here. But when arriving here, our strength is that we are here in Canada. So we have excellent connections and excellent opportunities for the new immigrants coming in to settle down nicely and move forward.
Right.
That's our strength. Yes.
Right. Now I'm asking a very basic question.
Mhm.
How will be your procedure?
Okay, one of the first things I think when we would like to know is about the family. We create a profile,
Right.
and with the profile, we'll know what the family would like to do, and how large the family is it a single person, those kind of technical things. But it will help us to create a plan that we would like to create for the family.
Right.
And from that, we will move onward to doing the basic necessity, like banking and internet and
Right.
phones and things of that sort.
Driving license.
Driving license, of
Right.
course, and social insurance numbers, so you can start with the jobs and so on. That will be done, help with the government will help, but many different minor details we will be helping to them to apply for and set up. The other one that is really important is the short-term accommodation. I think when they arrive, they need to have some place to stay.
Right.
Especially if they arrive in winter. You don't want to sleep in the street, not in winter time.
Right.
So I understand that. That's essentially the whole point. Then later on, as we here, when we'll be working on finding out more about the nature of the job. We talked about job just now. We'll look at survival jobs so that it will be an excellent way for them to realize the nature of the work environment here in Canada, and also I think it's very important to help
boosting the confidence.
Boosting the confidence. You took the word out of my mouth.
I can do it. I can do it.
Yes.
Actually, this survival jobs is basic kind of a temporary thing.
Temporary
Till
thing.
they are not getting job in their own field.
Mhm,
That is the
exactly.
basic thing.
That's right. Yeah.
That's really good that you will be definitely helping them for this survival job, or somebody call this as odd jobs also,
Mhm,
isn't
mhm.
it?
Yes.
Now, you are staying for so many years into Canada.
Right.
What will be for an average person with a moderate habits, what should be his or her intake for a 1 month this thing to survive for 1 month?
Intake meaning
Dollar wise.
dollar-wise.
Right.
When you look at accommodation and you look at living, I would think about $1,000 depending on the family. If it's a larger family, you make
This will be considered single person. And
Single
then we
person.
Can, yeah,
Yes,
because
okay.
and then we can add 500 because they will be sharing so many things.
Mhm,
Isn't it? Not
mhm.
have to double.
That's right. That's quite right. For a single person with a room and maybe preparing their own food, we can keep it down to less than even $1,000 a month.
Right.
Yes.
$1,000 to $1,200
Yes.
dollars. Now, how is the job scenario in Toronto?
The job, it is actually very flexible. There are job opportunities, but they are not in every sector. So that's the key. What we need to look for and create the opportunities is for the new immigrants to get into the right sector, and maybe a little bit of upgrading, a little bit of certification, extra certificates they may need to try to get them into the field that will give them the jobs.
Right.
That's what we can help them with.
Certification is an important issue, particularly if you are a physiotherapist, a dentist,
Exactly.
a doctor.
Absolutely,
Right,
absolutely.
right.
You need if special fields, especially in the medical related field, certification is critical. So that is, and if you have background in that already in India and you come over here, the standard, your expectation is that the standards are good, but you need to get the paperwork done. Go through the course,
Right.
make sure you understand.
Right. And this is the thing that you should not lose your heart while you are doing your certification.
Absolutely. No, it's not a question of, you mentioned heart because some people feel as if they cannot get in right away. But no, everywhere is an adjustment period. You're pulling your roots out from your country and you're replanting it here. And like every plant, it needs time to adjust.
Exactly.
So this is the adjustment. But what we try to create is the perfect environment for them to grow quickly. That's what we try to do. Because if you put it in infertile soil, then there's not going to be as much result, right? Yes.
Another question that is again a very, very simple question but really important. Now see, people are coming from different countries.
Mhm.
Canada is having its unique character.
Mhm.
So particularly from India, they are having some habits which is typical for Indians.
Mhm. Yeah.
Somebody is coming from China.
Right. They have
Typical
some
habits.
from
Yeah.
Nigeria, from Middle East, so on. Yes.
Right. So you should be prepared for a positive change.
There is a change. It is called essentially adjustment. We call it, there is going to be a cultural shock when they come in. They're going to find everything's really spectacular, new, but then it comes down to a level when they're going to have to make those adjustments to make sure that they will be good in school, good at work, and have a nice future here in Canada. This kind of adjustments is, there are courses that one can take. We provide an orientation that would help them in that whole process. But more important than the orientation is that we provide a backup. So in other words, if there's a situation you are not aware of, you can always call us and they'll say, this is happening, what should I do? We will step in very, very happily to try to get things right. And then make it a learning experience for them. Next time, this is what they should do.
Okay, that is really nice of you.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I would like to ask you about this employment insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, supposing somebody is working for say 3-4 months and for some reason he or she loses her job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now she is entitled for an employment insurance.
Absolutely. Anyone who starts work in Canada is already paying employment insurance premiums. This is automatically deducted from their pay and given to the government, and that entitles them to employment insurance. And that helps them to get over the time when they are in between jobs. Sometimes it's a question of just understanding the process and making sure you don't get fired. Because once you get fired, that means you do not qualify for unemployment insurance. Doing a good job, and for some reason it cannot continue, it doesn't matter. They have the government there, what we call the welfare network, the welfare net to protect you from falling too hard. But that means that you can get up and then go and find another job.
Yes, that is a wonderful thing about this Canadian employment insurance. That is kind of a backup plan given by the Canadian government.
Exactly.
Now, I'll just ask you last question.
Sure.
For the new migrants, what will be your message?
My message is very, very simple. When you're coming to a new country, look forward. Don't look backwards. When it's so easy to look backwards and say, oh, at home I had people to drive me around, and say, everything here you have to do yourself. It's a great learning experience to do and to move forward in a country that gives you so much opportunity, so much safety, so much to look forward to. We are such a young country. We are
Yes.
only 150 years old compared to India, who's thousands of years old. So we have a lot. But the important attitude that you have is don't let the old baggage, pull you down.
Right.
You look forward to the future and move in that direction. That's the best message I can give.
So, dear clients, Canada is eager to welcome you. We are having a very robust post-landing services waiting for you.
Mhm.
Please listen to this carefully, and I'm very sure you'll be successful.
Thank you very
Mr.
much.
Zoheer, for
Okay, thank you.
discussing all these things with me.
My pleasure, absolute pleasure.